Hey guys, for a while now I have been looking at isopods and considering getting into raising them. I have always loved pill bugs ever since I was a child, and have always thought they were neat little critters. Until I got my first reptile, I didn't even know it was a thing to keep and breed them, or that there is such a vast variety. They come in all sorts of colors and patterns and in a variety of species and various sizes from all over the world. Since I have had these guys for such a short period of time, I'm only going to be really talking about which ones I have and how I keep them. I made sure to get ones with similar housing conditions as to make my first step into the isopod world a simple one, by simply replicating the enclosure multiple times. I am not 100% positive all isopods require similar conditions, but I know the variety I got all require similar care. I picked these isopods up from 123insects.com. They have quite a large variety of isopods in their catalog, provide quick shipping, and can be found at either their website or eBay page. Without further ado, let's get into what we got. First off is the Porcellio Laevis, or the powder orange as it is more commonly known. They come in a range of oranges from whitish yellow to a deeper orange, sometimes having a blackish line in the middle of their back. Next up, we have Porcellionides pruinosus, or the powdered blue, as it is more commonly known. These guys can be quite beautiful, which I will show you shortly, but come in a range of blues and grays and multiply very quickly. My personal favorite, Armadillidium maculatum, or zebra isopods. These guys are big compared to the other two. They are absolutely stunning. I love their stripes. These by far are the ones I was most excited for. Last, we have Porcellio Laevis, or the dairy cow. They get their name from their spotted appearance, having a resemblance to cows. Some may have more spots than others. The ones without spots are almost solid white. They are absolutely adorable. And as a bonus, we have springtails. An isopod video wouldn't be complete without some of these guys to help the isopods out at keeping the enclosure clean. I do not have the greatest footage of these tiny organisms, but this will just have to do. The first ones we are going to talk about are the powder orange. They are native to Southwest Asia. These guys are fast, very fast if you spook them. They seem to be quite active. Since I have gotten these guys, I have yet to have to look for them within their enclosure. They are always moving around and some are always exploring and can be easily seen through my enclosure's walls. These guys are extremely common in the isopod hobby and are relatively cheap. From what I understand, they breed relatively quick as well. I'm hoping to have a budding, stable colony in the coming months. Now let's talk about the powder blues for a moment. These guys hail from Europe. When they are blue, my god, are they blue. They are so stunning. I was not impressed with them at first. However, their color seems to be directional and light. It seems only some angles show blue on some isopods. These guys can be quite quick on the move, tend to be on the smaller side, but breed quickly. I bought around 15. I did not count them, but I'm going to see how they compare against the other three species in terms of reproduction, whose numbers were all relatively similar. Now we have the dairy cow. Their origin is a little bit more conflicting, as some sources say Europe, but Wikipedia suggests that they originated in Africa. These are certainly among the cooler species that you can get. They are quite active and grow big. They are not as fast as the powder orange or blues, but they are easy to spot due to their lighter coloring. They are so darn cute. I love the spots on these little guys. Even the ones without the spots are a gorgeous, stunning white, a lovely addition to the channel. And now for my favorite, the zebra isopod. They are native to France. Their pattern makes them pop out in nearly any environment you put them in. These guys are also huge in comparison to the other three. Their size reminds me of Armadillidium vulgare, a common pill bug found in my state, but even bigger. They are not as fast as the prior three species we got today, but these guys are simply beautiful, and I am absolutely ecstatic to have them in my collection. I cannot wait to have more of these guys. Now let's talk about what I'm going to be keeping them in, what I'm going to be feeding them, and a few mishaps I had in my first 2 weeks of having these guys. Their substrate is coconut fiber, with sphagnum moss mixed in. I collected up some leaves from around my house, which I do not use any pesticides, along with some rotting branches that had fallen from over the summer. I took all of these and placed them inside my oven at 200 Fahrenheit for 2 hours. I dried everything out and attempted to kill everything that I possibly could. I then let it sit over a week in a dry bin. Once I made up the 4 isopod enclosures, I added the leaves and made a dry space for them with more moss for the isopods to use, so that the isopods could self-regulate their moisture needs by having a dry and wet space. The first mistake I made was making the substrate too wet. I was growing fungus and thin white threads of mold. It was just not good. I started panicking because I now had these guys and was facing this issue. I picked out what I could and kept the tops of the enclosures off to let them lose moisture quicker. This has completely stopped the mold growth, and I think I have it under control for the time being, as I let their enclosures air out a bit more. Another thing is, if you are going to feed them fish pellets or fish food, do not let it sit on the substrate. It may have been because mine was too moist, but mold consumed it immediately, and I was left, yet again, picking it out. If you feed them food like that, put it on some kind of dish. But that about wraps it up, guys. I'm going to continue to produce videos about these guys in the future and give colony updates if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. But for now, if you have it in your critter loving hearts, give me a like, a subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this in the future. I have some more exciting news, at least for the quality of the channel, coming very soon, and I plan to do a Beetle Fortress version 3.0 and show it in a way like no other. Until then, from the Thegizards and I, have a wonderful day.